Germany's fishing industry is facing a crisis due to the coronavirus pandemic, but fears have been raised the situation could be exacerbated by Brexit. Between January and May, the amount of Baltic herring caught by German fishermen declined by almost 83% compared to the year before. The situation worsened as restaurants closed due to the pandemic. Pike was also down by 71% as well as Baltic cod 69% and North Sea plaice 61%, according to figures from the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. Peter Breckling, Secretary-General of the German Fisheries Association, told Focus, as a result of the lockdown, there were disruptions in trade routes to the consumer, which meant that fisheries had to stop fishing. Although the situation is already in a terrible state, fears have been raised that it could get worse due to Brexit. Alois Gehrig, chairman of the Committee on Food and Agriculture in the Bundestag, said due to a large part of the fishing grounds in the North Sea are in British waters, the situation will only get worse. The UK officially left the EU back in January and negotiations are currently ongoing with a deadline thought to be set for October, 2 months before the transition period ends on December 31. One of the main disputes in the negotiations is fishing, as the EU wants to maintain its rights to Britain's fishing waters. Under the controversial Commons Fisheries Policy (CFP), all member states are given access to EU waters via quotas. As the UK has a large coastal area, critics have often argued the system is unfair. There was a breakthrough in discussions over fishing rights back in June after the EU's chief Brexit negotiator, Michel Barnier, suggested the UK would be treated as an independent coastal state. According to reports, he told other diplomats a compromise would have to wait until other parts of the trade deal were being finalised. The Times reported EU sources said the Frenchman is looking for a whole trade deal which relies heavily on fishing rights. A senior EU diplomatic source said, to dilute the influence of France and the other coastal states, Barnier needs to have the whole trade deal, which stands or falls on fishing.